Alright, man, so what is up, guys? Everybody here, and I'm back with another video. And this is going to be the best 7'1" unicorn build on NBA 2K25. Now, the build is not actually called a unicorn, but I would say it pretty much plays like a unicorn, I'm not going to lie. So, without further ado, let's get in the video. So, hitting this doesn't matter, jersey number doesn't matter. We're going to press continue. The position obviously is going to be center because it's 7'1". The height is going to be the weight is going to be 224 pounds. Alright, and the wingspan, we're going to go down to 7'2". And simply just because if we go any lower on the weight, then we lose that 83 strength. And we also want to maintain that 85 rebound so we can get gold box out beast because, you know, you're a 7'1" center, so I think you need a little bit of rebounding and rebounding badges. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. 7'2" wingspan, we're going to get some pretty solid stats. Now, starting off with the finishing stats, we're going to go with an 85 close shot. All right, and that's just because we're going to have a high midi, so that kind of like ties into the mid-range. So, I wouldn't have the close shot as high if it didn't tie into the mid-range, but it is what it is. Driving layup, we're going to go up to an 80, so we get physical finisher on silver. And then the driving dunk is going to be an 80 as well. You don't get any specific badges with an 80, but you do get some pretty solid dunk animations, I would say. So, going 80, I think, will be just fine. Standing dunk is going to be an 81, so we'll be able to get silver rise up. And the post control, we're going to put up to an 87, so we get silver unpluggable and gold post up poet. You guys see 86 post control, we get silver unpluggable, and then we get gold post up poet with 87. So yeah, that's why we're going with that. And just the finishing, I mean, it's all in the 80s, man. Very, very solid for the finishing stats. You'll be very, very solid. Finishing at the basket, you know, dunking on people, things like that. The shooting, we're going to have a 90 on the mid-range. All right, we're going to have a 90 mid-range, so we get Hall of Fame post-fade phenom. And then 89 mid-range, we get gold set shot specialist, as you guys see here. And we also get silver deadeye, which is pretty solid. The three-pointer, we're going to max that out to an 84. So you'll be able to shoot the ball pretty consistently. You also get, with 83 three-pointer, you get limitless range. But that last three-pointer upgrade to 84 is pretty cheap, so that's why I went with that. So 90 mid-range, 84 three-pointer. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to miss, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's going to be really easy to shoot on this build, considering how high the shooting stats are and the badges that you get. The playmaking, we're going to have a 75 pass accuracy, just in case you play rec, and, you know, you get the rebound, throwing it all the way down court. I found 75 to be perfectly fine. 71 is, like, probably the bare minimum, I would say. 65 is just, like, kind of eh. 75 is much better than 65, though, in terms of my experiences. 75 is very, very solid. And you could get 87 and get gold, or maybe like 92 to get Hall of Fame Dimer, 93 to get Hall of Fame Break Starter. But honestly, I think that's a little bit too much, and it would be taken away from the stats of the build. I think 75 will work just fine with this build, considering that outlet passes will still be very effective with that 75 pass accuracy. Now, moving on to the ball handle. We're going to go with 71 ball handle, all right? And then with the speed of ball, we're going to go up to a 57, all right? So max ball handle, max speed of ball, this is a 7'1" ISO build. We can't get handles for days, I don't think. Yeah, 7 foot or shorter, but honestly, that's just fine. You'll be able to dribble the ball a decent amount. I mean, you'll get some decent enough sigs. And honestly, if you know how to dribble, then I think it'll be very effective having that ball handling rating. Like I said, this is like a Victor Wembanyama or like a unicorn type of build, Kristaps Porzingis, something like that. This is definitely one of those type of builds. I can handle the ball pretty well, like Chet Holmgren too. Handle the ball pretty well, shoot the ball, finish well at the basket, and also play some pretty good defense. Now, the interior defense, we're going to go up to an 82, so we'll be able to get that silver post lockdown. The perimeter defense is going to be a 62, so we get the immovable forcer badge on bronze. We'll be able to max out the steal to a 60, so we get that bronze interceptor. Always 62 and 60 when you go with a 7-foot center. Make sure to always go 62 perimeter for the bronze movable, and then 60 steal for the bronze interceptor. I think those are kind of like the bare minimums that you should have as a center. If you have 25 in both those stats, then you'll just be moving really sluggish. Like, especially with like a 25 perimeter, you'll be moving really sluggish, and it's not going to be great. So make sure to have a decently high enough perimeter to where you get that immovable enforcer badge, so, you know, they can stop people from running on you, and also that 60 steal, so you can hawk lanes. You know, you're not going to be the best at it, obviously, but 60 steal, it's honestly just good enough, but having a 25 is much worse, so go with that 60 steal, get that bronze interceptor. Now, the block, we'll get an 88, so we'll be able to get high flying denier on gold, and we'll also get silver paint patroller with the 84 block. The offensive rebounding is going to be a 77, all right, and then we're going to max out the defensive rebound to 85. So we'll be able to get that silver rebound chaser, and we'll also be able to get gold box out beast once we upgrade the strength rating to an 83. Now the speed, we're going to go ahead and max that out at 70. We're going to go ahead and max the agility to 59. We're going to put the strength to an 83. So you get that gold box out beast, like I said. You get silver brick wall. That's really the main reason why we upgrade to 83 is to get gold box out beast and silver brick wall. As you guys see, if we go any lower, you can't get those 2 badges. So I think 83 is the bare minimum for centers this year, and 83 is what we have. So it's just fine. The vertical we're gonna put up to an 80. Just get the high flying denier on gold, and also having 80 vertical will be very solid for just getting rebounds in general, like getting offensive rebounds, getting defensive rebounds. It'll just help out with getting rebounds. So I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty solid, man. Like you get good rebounding stats, you get good verticals. So even though you have a short wingspan and not the best body type, you'll still be able to get a decent amount of rebounds if you have good positioning and you also know how to like box out and things like that. I mean, you get gold box out beast. You can also use your max plus 1 maybe if you're playing like 5s or rec. Definitely put that max plus 1 on the rebound chaser, get that up to gold, or maybe you can put it on box out beast, get that up to Hall of Fame. It's really up to you. Then high flying denier, get that on gold. You can also get Hall of Fame high flying denier if you get the max plus 1 for the tier 2 badge, which I would probably recommend because there aren't really many other tier 2 badges that you can get that are pretty good other than Dimer. Like I have gold Dimer on my center build, and I'd say it's pretty decent. So you could use gold Dimer or gold high flying or Hall of Fame high flying denier depending on the situation when it comes to that tier 2 max plus 1 badge perk. In terms of the max plus 1, again, I would probably use either rebound chaser, or maybe if you're playing like the 1s or the 2s, maybe use it on set shot specialist, get that up to Hall of Fame. Or maybe if you just wanted to mess around, you could go with post fade phenom on Hall of Fame. I don't really know. You also get posterizer or bronze. I mean, not the greatest, but you do get the pro big man contact dunks, which means you'll be able to get contacts on this build. They're not going to be that often, but you'll still be able to get them. You get the 80 driving dunk for the good animations. You get 80 driving layup for the silver physical finisher. So, if you're going to be ice-swing a lot in this build, I would definitely say have that driving layup up there. If you're not really going to be ice-swing on this build, I probably wouldn't just make this build in general because this is an ISO build. But having that 80 driving layup, I think, will be very beneficial, when you're running the rim. Especially going up over smaller defenders, I think having that driving layup will be very, very solid. You also have the 85 close shot for the hook specialist. You get paint prodigy, things like that. 88 block. Like, this build is just all around solid, man. Like, there's nothing that's too great in, but it's just solid at everything. And that's what makes this build very, very nice and very unique on NBA 2K25. But this is what the Shades of is going to look like. We got Kristaps Porzingis, Chris Bosh, and then Victor Wembanyama for the Shades of. So, yeah, like I said, Kristaps and Victor Wembanyama are 2 unicorns, I would say. I'm not going to lie. But 2-way, 3-level scoring threat is the build name, which is pretty solid. I mean, that's a pretty common build name, but it is what it is. But, yeah, that's going to do it for the video. If you guys liked it, make sure to comment, subscribe. I post every single day on this channel, build videos, so make sure to stay tuned for daily uploads. But, yeah, this is Airball. Peace.